Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to another episode. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about moving to Mexico, meaning is it hard, is it easy, you know, what's really the whole process, you know, between, you know, in moving out here, and it really, is it as easy as I make it look and others make it look, or is it actually more difficult than meets the eye? Right now we are on Paseo Montejo here in Mérida, Mexico, and I'm gonna point the camera forward, show you guys my view as I have my little conversation. Now, a lot of you guys, you know, you guys are already fully aware of how I do my videos. I haven't been in Paseo Montejo in a long time. I used to live around here not too long ago, but now I live with the peoples, you know, out in the neighborhood. Ever since I left, you look, they got these bike lanes, they got all kinds of things. So it's changed a lot. I was just at the bank because I was inquiring about buying some gold coins, you know, because you know, it's all about diversification. Now, I was originally going to make this episode talking about gold and silver and Bitcoin and finances out here and all that, but every time I make a video on that, you guys really don't care. So that's what I got my other channel for, where I talk more about all that. Now, what are we going to be talking about today? Like I said, you know, a lot of people come out here and they think, you know, that it's going to be very easy because, you know, there's people out there like me, you know, making a bunch of videos, all right, talking about how easy it is to actually live out here. Look at, by the way, like, so well, I'm gonna, in a future video, I am gonna literally come on my bike and we're gonna go through all the bike lanes out here, okay? Still not yet because, you know, I just haven't had the time, honestly, you know, and I just happened to be out here because I had to run a few errands on foot. So that's why I'm out here filming this. Today is Monday afternoon. Right now it is Monday, I would say 12 o'clock noon, maybe 1 o'clock, give or take. So, you know, you're gonna see tourists out and about, you're gonna see regular people out and about. Definitely traffic is already getting back to normal. Seems like everything's already getting back to normal, except that you know, we still have a few rules and regulations and shit like that out here. But anyways, I digress. Let's get to the point. Let's get to the topic. Let's get to like what you guys wanted to, you know, what you guys want to hear and what you guys wanted for me to talk about in today's video, which is it actually easy? Is it actually easy to move out here and live out here, or is it actually hard and difficult to live out here and move out here? And the reality is like, I've discussed this many times, and I'm gonna keep making videos on this. Look, this is what it all boils down to at the end of the day. It's up to you, man. It's really up to you, man, woman, whatever, whoever the hell's listening out there. It's really up to you, and only up to you. If you make it difficult on yourself, it's going to be difficult. If you make it easy on yourself, it's going to be easy. And that's basically what it boils down to. Simple as that. Look, when I don't make any bones about it. You guys can go back and look at my videos from when I first got here. When I first got here, things weren't so peachy. Things weren't so rosy. Things were pretty difficult, all right? Very difficult. Again, I documented a lot of it. And I had you know, my share of falls and my fair share of trials and tribulations. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean, I'm a survivor. At the end of the day, I've been through worse. At the end of the day, I've you know, this ain't my first rodeo, you know what I mean, when it comes to difficult things in life. So when I came out here and I was going through a bunch of difficulties, you know, I just you know, pull my pants up, you know, tighten up the belt a little bit, and got to work and did what I had to do. And there's a lot of you guys. There's so many of you guys. You guys make me so proud. Oh, look, that's the first time you're gonna see this. Let me see if I can show you in the background. There's some music and shit, but look, regardless, look at the poor guy, the poor armored truck. The armored truck ran out of gas or broke or something. Damn, that sucks. First time you're gonna see that. Anyways, you're definitely not gonna see something like that in the States. Anyways, or you might, but I doubt it. But anyways, so like I was saying, you know, the difficulty and the difficulty is really based on you. If you come out here and you think that everything's gonna be exactly the same, everything's gonna be super crazy easy, everything's gonna be you know, a billion times better from the minute you get off and you don't have to do anything, you're sorely mistaken. Because look, I came out here knowing the language. Look at those poor guys over there, man. Yeah, I just want to focus on these guys for a minute. The first time I see an armored truck, you know, like And by the way, so here, I was going to give you a context on this. I think this is hilarious. You know, this is Mexico, you know, 101. You know, some people love this kind of stuff, some people hate it. But right there, they're literally right in front of the federal bank. That is the national bank. That truck is most likely full of money. All right now. But trust me, no one's going to be pulling up to that trying to steal anything. All right, I'll tell you that right now. But yeah, you know what I mean? It's just, it is what it is. This is part of being in Mexico. So, like I was saying, if you come out here, you know what I mean, and you're ready for a challenge, and you're ready to, you know, to take this to the next level, you know, meaning like, okay, I know that I'm going to move to another country. There's going to be a lot of challenges involved, the language, the culture, the customs, you know, just so many things, and you start embracing these things, well, you're probably gonna have a great fucking time out here. You're gonna have an amazing time. But if you come out here thinking that this is gonna be exactly like the US or Canada or Europe, and you come out here and you're like pissed off that the people are not the same, you know, that when you go to the, you know, Walmart, you know, it's not the same, or when you go to certain businesses and you complain, they don't give a crap, you know what I mean, and so on and so forth, you know, and all of a sudden you don't get the same treatment that you get in the US or Canada, you're gonna be sorely disappointed, because this is not, you know, Canada or the US or any one of these countries. You know what I mean, this is Mexico, all right? MEXICO. Yeah, I know. My English not so good sometimes, but anyways, Mexico, all right? So everything's different out here. People don't, I mean, people kill. How about this? This is more like Miami style out here. People give a fuck, but they don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? They're gonna go out of their way. Yeah, I keep coming out to the streets so I can show you a little more. But people in Mexico will go out of their way for you, will help you for free, will jump through hoops for free and help you, you know, do all kinds of things depending on what part of Mexico you're in. Sometimes they're nicer, sometimes they're not, whatever. At the end of the day, everyone's very nice, and it's an amazing, you know, beautiful culture out here. And that's the thing, you know what I mean? It's not for everybody. But if you're gonna come out here and you're gonna try and take advantage of some of these people, or you're gonna try and act a fool for some of these people, or, you know, again, you know, you already know, you know, just acting and behaving like a child, you know, as opposed to acting like an adult out here, then yeah, it's not gonna go well for you. You know what I mean? It's as simple as that. You know, it's very, very simple. So, you know, it's really not that hard. You know what I mean? If you come out here and you act like an adult, and you know, you treat all the good, the bad, the ugly, you know, like an adventure, like a journey, yada yada yada, yo, you're gonna have a great time. You're gonna love it out here. You know, it's just another adventure. But if you're coming out here and you're, you know, sorely upset, you know, that things are not, you know, going your way because, you know, you want to buy a certain item at a store and they don't have it, or you want to, you know, you're trying to get some, you're trying to get somewhere, all right? Let's say you get in a taxi and you don't even speak the language, and you're trying to get somewhere, do something, and you know, they don't understand you, and you're getting upset and frustrated at them. And I get, you know, I can go on and on. There's just so many examples of how people come out here from all kinds of countries and they act a fool, thinking that the people out here are actually going to give a crap, and they don't. You know what I mean? That's the thing about Mexico and a lot of Latin American countries, but definitely Mexico. We just don't give a shit. And so if you're coming out here and you're acting a fool, acting entitled, acting like you gotta, you know, treat me like a king, you gotta do this, this, and that, you gotta listen, man. They don't care. They really don't care. They don't care about your money. They don't care about you. They don't care about any of that shit. You know what I mean? Now, again, if you come out here and you're very nice, and you know, you are, you know, you love the culture, and you're asking, hey, where can I get the best tacos in town, or whatever the hell, you know, and you're here embracing the city, embracing the culture, embracing the people, oh yeah, listen, man, you're gonna get amazing treatment. They're gonna go out above and beyond. They're gonna go, again, you know, they're gonna go out of their way to make sure that you get to experience the real Mexico, that you get to experience their experience, that you get to really, you know, enjoy your time out here. So it's as simple as that. You know what I mean? If you're coming out here, and this is totally fine. There's a lot of people that are right now in this state of the world. A lot of people are literally coming out to Mexico only to escape wherever the hell they came from. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. I was one of those people. But you coming out here and you're not embracing anything. In fact, you're acting a fool. You know what I mean? You're acting entitled. You're acting like you deserve everything. You're acting like you know what I mean, like your money, you know what I mean, is the most important thing out here, that they better treat you a certain way, they better act a certain way. this is not going to work out here. It's not going to work. Like, and again, some parts of Mexico are a little different than this part of Mexico, for example. This part of Mexico might be a little bit more expat friendly per se, and they might, you know, take a little bit more of that treatment because, you know, again, they're trying to cater to expats out here, but for the most part, not really, man. You know, not really at all. And so the thing is, it's like, you know, a lot of people, you know, they need to do a lot more research, a lot more homework, a lot more everything. And a lot of people just don't do that. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, as long as you're ready and willing to go on an adventure. For example, I didn't do that much research when I first came out here, and I went through extra hardships just because I did not educate myself correctly. But you know what? I was willing, you know, I was willing to accept that, knowing that, again, as long as I can figure it out, I'll be totally fine. But if I all of a sudden, you know, go through these these hardships, and all of a sudden I'm blaming everybody but myself, then it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. I've already learned this from life. Some people still haven't learned that. And so it's the same thing. It's the same old thing, you know what I mean? You know, you need to have a mindset. You know, you need to be able to change your mindset if you're coming out here strictly to just live. You know, if you're coming out here strictly. So yeah, see, look, there's another thing about Mexico. So this person right there is just stopping in the middle of the street to ask the people at the bank where she can park, because again, you know, they've been fixing this whole area out here. And again, if you're coming from the US and all of a sudden, like, you know, you're not used to that, you could be very upset at that lady stopping in the middle of the street, you know, like she did there, in order to just ask directions or ask somebody or talk to somebody on the street. And there's just so many little things like that, so many little cultural things. So if you're not a person that's willing, oh sorry, I gotta flip it around. If you're not a person that's willing to like roll with the punches, if you're not a person that's willing to, you know, take the good, the bad, the ugly, everything, you're really not gonna have a good time out here. It's as simple as that. And so for a lot of people that are just coming out here to move, all right, let me see, I'm gonna go down the middle here. For a lot of people that are just coming out here, like they're just moving out here, okay? Because they're trying to escape. And they want to be in a place where they're not, you know, gonna be, you know, dealing with the things that they're dealing back in their own countries. They got to also understand that you're now in a different country with different culture, different customs, different time, different everything. And again, that goes throughout all of Mexico, meaning that, you know, Mexico, like this part of Mexico, which is the Yucatan, is very different than Mexico City, very different than Oaxaca, very different than Guanajuato, very different than Tijuana, very different, you know, they're all very, very, very different, you know. And so, you know, with that being said, you need to embrace that, and you need to figure out what is the best place for you. You know, there's all kinds of places out here. You know what I mean? Like this place might not be for you because it is extremely hot and humid out here. You know, right now it's like 104 degrees with like 80% humidity. It's not for everybody. I come from Florida, from the swamp, so this is like, you know, regular weather for me. You know, in Oaxaca, I was freezing. For some people in Oaxaca, it's still too hot, you know what I mean? So it just depends on who you are and what you're, you know, what you're looking for. So you got to remember that too. Just because this part of Mexico isn't for you, it doesn't mean that other parts of Mexico aren't for you. And there's other parts of the world as well. The point I'm making is that you need to do your own work, your own research. You got to get ready for all of these hardships. If it's already difficult for the average person just to move from one person, you know, from one point in this, okay, for example, let's say you live in Oakland and you're just moving from the east side to the west side, and that shit's difficult. Well, imagine having to leave your country, you know, not just leave your state, not just leave your city or any, you know, like a major area like that, but you're literally moving to another country and everything that comes with that, you know. And on top of that, this country doesn't even speak your language unless you speak Spanish, you know what I mean? Like I speak Spanish, so they do speak my language. But even then, I speak Cuban Spanish, you know, from Miami, and they speak Mexican Yucatecan Spanish. So even if you learn Spanish and you learn, let's say, Mexican Spanish, you're going to be out here and you're still going to be probably finding it difficult to communicate, finding it difficult to understand each other, finding so many difficulties. So this is a place, it's a Paseo Montejo, that's like you know, been here for a very long time. You know, you should check it out. You know, not necessarily super crazy authentic, but you know, not a bad place. I've been here many times before. This is a statue that got vandalized during the last feminist march movement. So again, you know, that's another thing too about out here. A lot of people think that, you know, we're out here living in a third world country, we're out here in the middle of nowhere, you know, but it's like, it couldn't be any further from the truth. You know, this area, especially again Merida, Mexico, but first of all, Mexico is already pretty much like a first world country in many respects, you know what I mean? And as other countries like the, you know, USA, Canada, other parts of Europe, you know, they're falling apart, and things are not going so well for them over there. It couldn't be any further from the truth out in a place like Mexico. Mexico's actually a developing economy, a developing country. So, you know, things out here, you know, again, they're actually, you know, getting better and better by the day. And the culture is changing, and everything's changing out here, you know what I mean? Like I said. So, you know, out here, that building, when I first moved here, was a bank. There used to be more banks in this city than there are at the moment. And as time has gone on, banks have been one of the businesses that have been dying down. Why? Again, you know, I really wanted to talk about this more, you know, in today's episode, but again, because there's other people, you know, people out here, you know, they got other options. You know, they can buy gold, silver, they can buy property with cash. They have things like Bitcoin, you know, where they can, you know, be their own bank, and they don't have to worry about the government or the system. And the same thing with everything now. As you've seen already from the video, there's a lot of people wearing their mask. I'm not wearing my mask, and I'm sure as hell not gonna get harassed for not wearing it. And why? Because again, people out here, you know, they know to leave you alone as long as you leave them alone, number one. And number two, you know, everybody out here is smart enough in a sense, you know, to again, you know, allow you to do and make your decisions no matter what they are, and vice versa. You know what I mean? So that's like another plus of like living out here. So I'm walking through here because I keep getting asked if there's like a smoke shop around here, and there's a smoke shop. Trying to see if I can find it. So right now we're approaching, so across the street over there is Parque Santana. See, there's a lot of traffic, you know, we're kind of getting back to normal here. And then we got like all these little stores, artisanal stores, a lot of tourist friendly stores, you know, for souvenirs and restaurants. So all this whole area has like been growing despite the situation. See, again, you know, all these restaurants, all these places, you know, this is supposed to be a really good restaurant. And there's like a bunch of places, and there's like the famous Parque Santana. You know, literally I had my first meal here when I first got here about 3 years ago over there. So I would highly recommend you come over there. You go over there. In fact, let me cross over there and show you a little bit. So Parque Santana, all right? I would highly recommend you guys check out Parque Santana for some real food, all right? Some real authentic Yucatecan food. Now there's a lot of places, don't get me wrong. And I think that the smoke shop is in one of those places there. Here. I think the smoke shop, yeah, see right there it says tabaqueria, so tobacco products. That's where it is, okay. But anyways, that's Parque Santana. This is what I really want to show you. I think more of you guys are more interested in finding authentic Mexican stuff, authentic Yucatecan things, as opposed to the others, you know, as opposed to getting some pipes or whatever. But as you guys can see, this is pretty open. They're back to being open all over again. So I know people already want me to eat and shit like that, but yeah, so as you come through these places, you know, a lot of the vendors, you know, they're gonna be telling you, hey, come here, come eat, come. I think I recognize a friend. Oh, hola, hola. ¿Y cómo estás? ¿Todo bien?
Bien, tranquilo.
Aquí haciendo un videíto y eso. No vengo a comer, nada más que a saludar y todo. If you guys come out here, come visit him. ¿Cómo te llamas?
Pablo Castillo, de Comida Regional Castillo.
This guy was literally my first waiter ever. This is the guy que tú me trataste a mí cuando yo primero llegué aquí a Mérida. And así nada más que diciéndole a todo el mundo. Yeah, so as you guys can see, look, there's all these places here, but come see this guy, okay? Quítate la máscara un momentico para que te puedan ver. Okay, so you know who he is, all right? Come check this place out. This guy treated me like a king when I first came out here, and he's going to do the same thing to you guys, all right? So, bueno, oye, muchas gracias.
Igual, mucho gusto.
Sí,
suerte.
Sí, estamos hablando. Mándame un email o algo así un día.
Te mandé por YouTube.
Mándame un email. Ve al website mío.
Ajá.
Tú sabes, en un video están mis cosas.
Sí.
Ok, mándame. Ahí. O sea, para ponernos de acuerdo. Sí, mucho gusto a ti, gracias.
Bueno, ahí está el otro cuate.
And there's another guy there too. Check him out too. So, here, I'm going to give you a quick little tour. Ahora, saluda.
Hola, ¿qué tal?
¿Qué tal? Mucho gusto. Oh, I remember, yeah, me acuerdo de ti.
Sí,
yeah.
Sí, estábamos junto con él allá en el
Oh, perfect. Yeah, okay. Está bien, sí, dándole un tour. Muchas gracias. So yeah, basically, you know, all these guys are vendors, and each one of these little stores, in fact, I'm gonna just show you. Here, let me, hold on, let me put my mask on real quick. I don't want to be, hold on. Okay, now we're ready to go. Here, let me show you. Let me go in here and show you a little bit. So yeah, basically this place is just a bunch of little stores, a bunch of little vendors, restaurants, all kinds of things, selling all kinds of things, so you guys can see. All right, and back there used to be more open, more stores, and that's it. You know, you basically sit at a table, the waiter comes up to you, all right, and you get to eat, you know, from the menu. Okay, so we got pork, we got turkey, we got chicken, beef, we got everything here. Yes. All right, and so yeah, basically, you know, they got all kinds of things, you know, whether it's food, you know, drinks, you know, they got authentic drinks out here, you know, they have, you know, authentic food, you know, again, you know, whether it's you know, the sabutes, empanadas, you know, all kinds of things. Now this is the place, this is the original place, you know, they got tortas, these are like the sandwiches. This is amazing, you know, cochinita, you gotta definitely try it. All right, so it's just pork with some chicharrón and some, you know, some special spices and stuff like that. And then these are all the authentic food, you know what I mean? This is turkey, cochinita, my favorite, lechon, my second favorite. Look, queso relleno. Yeah, todo.
Papachules, panuchos,
Yeah.
sopa de lima.
This is my favorite too, also very, very good. Yeah, mis favoritos. Este es mi lugar favorito. Okay, my favorite place. Ay, gracias. But yeah, you know, at the end of the day, you know, there's all these restaurants, all these places for you to pick from, all right, and choose from, and it's up to you, you know, what you like the best. Now, that was my favorite, not just because of food, I've actually tried it all here, but because the guy himself, you know, was very nice to me. He still remembers me 3 years later, okay? So basically, when I first got here, my taxi driver, you know, brought me over here, and he told me to come out here for real authentic food. And basically, when I got here, that was the first guy that really, you know, treated me. Everybody else was trying to sell me something. He was trying to sell me, but he was being really nice and really friendly and trying to, you know, educate me as well. So I was like, oh, I like this guy, I like this place, let me check this guy out. And yeah, long story short, he still remembers me 3 years later. So please, you know, if you want real authentic Yucatecan food, you got to come here, which is Parque Santana. This is what the park looks like. Again, if you guys have been following me long enough, you guys know that this place, you know, you know, those parties and festivals and all kinds of things, and hopefully we're gonna get back to all that real soon. I think honestly, from August forward, things are gonna get back to normal. I think right now we're still, there's some elections that are coming up June, July, and I think after those elections are over, we're gonna get back to normal. All right, I'll leave it there. But yeah, basically, you know, that's the church. This is a bunch of you know, galleries. You know, again, I used to live a few blocks that way, and I used to come here all the time. And this is a place that I would highly recommend that everyone that comes to visit Mérida, come to visit. And whenever you're visiting any part of Mexico, you know what I mean, you got to embrace things like this. So there's another thing I'm telling you, you know what I mean, like a lot of people, they don't even want to leave their Airbnb, they don't even want to leave their apartment, they just want to order pizza, they just want to order, you know, food to the house. They don't even want to come out and explore. They don't even want to come out and check out a place like that. And they're you know, you are sorely missing out if you don't, you know, partake in a lot of the things out here. And you're gonna feel left out, you're gonna feel upset, you're gonna feel a lot of these things, you know, because you're just not gonna like it here if you don't embrace the culture and embrace everything out here. So yeah, you know what I mean, that's kind of like basically it there, you know what I mean, like you know, you need to figure out a way in which, you know, to find a place that when you're moving there, you want to live there. Don't just move out there to move out there. You follow what I'm saying? Because you're gonna be very upset and you're not gonna be very happy if you do something like that. You know, again, you need to, you know, embrace the culture, embrace everything. So look, out here, there's a lot of things that I love. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of things that I love about living out here and I embrace, you know, but there's a lot of things that I don't like. And it is what it is. You got to take the good with the bad, and then you got to figure out, you got to measure, you got to see what is best, you know what I mean, like what are the things that you want out of your life, what are the things that you want out of your quality of life, what are the things that you want, need, desire, and then, you know, start looking for those things. Look, again, I've said it over and over again, the main reason I'm out here, the main reason, oh, someone's calling me, the main reason I'm out here, oh, another friend, hola, oh, hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. ¿Y qué, cómo está? ¿Todo bien? Ah, bueno, bien, bien, bien. Aquí. Hey guys, sorry about that. I was literally just interrupted by a local friend of mine that I haven't seen in a few years, and they just saw me doing my videos. They came up to say hi, but they were in full gear. And yeah, basically we just had a little discussion, and she is upset, you know, at my position, and I'm not upset at her position. I don't give a fuck, you know what I mean? If people want to live in fear and they want to live a certain way. But again, by the way, she's not a Mexican. She's like someone that is from out here, that lives out here from another country. But yeah, long story short, you know what I mean? Like as I was telling her, you know, instead of cowering in fear, you know what I mean, whether it's because of the virus or whether it's because of you know, just moving to a new country or going through a brand new experience, that it could be very, very overwhelming. Instead of cowering in fear, you know, what you can actually do is embrace it, all right, and go straight into the fire and turn that fear into courage. And before you know it, you know what I mean, not only are you out here living your dream, but you're setting an example for other individuals to come out and live their dream, and so on and so forth. I mean, for me, you know, I look at it more like what I'm doing out here more than anything else. At first I was just moving out here and I was just documenting, you know, my experience, you know, just for some YouTube videos or whatever. But now, as time has gone on and we are where we are, it's very different. I feel like I'm a little bit of a pioneer. Not a pioneer per se, but like I think that's too strong of a word, but I feel like I'm someone that's kind of like, in a way, laying the groundwork for others that want to do something similar to me, and they just don't know how, or don't have the means, or don't have the ability, or don't have, you know, many other things that, you know, that I do, that I was gifted, that I was, you know, that I earned, you know, through hard work and effort, and you know, a lot of things that happened in my life. So that's what I do, you know what I mean? I try to help, you know, people by encouraging them, or by teaching them, or showing them, or whatever, to come out here. Because again, I'm an immigrant, you know what I mean? And in a sense, my parents were also immigrants. My parents came from communist Cuba to the US, and I was born and raised in the US. And as I saw the US deteriorate, I said, well, I guess now it's my turn to become an immigrant and come out here. And it's the same thing that happened in Cuba, you know, and other communist countries and other, you know, areas that fall apart. You know, people eventually, you know, there's always waves of people that come out here, you know, like the first wave are the crazy motherfuckers, okay? That's like me. And then the second wave, you know what I mean, not so crazy. They just have some financial ability to get out. And then the third, fourth wave, you know, basically that's everybody else that's poor or lower middle class, and they're just basically just trying to survive, and they come out here with absolutely nothing. So, you know, right now we're still in wave 2, you know what I mean? There's like basically the people that can get out and are coming out here are those that have the means and the way, you know what I mean? The financials, you know, just they have more resources in order to get out. It doesn't always have to be financials per se, but just resources. And so, and that's it, you know what I mean? And there's a lot of people out there that, you know, again, I get talked to, I literally, a few people from Canada that were on their way out here, and they got stopped at the border. The Canadian-US border, not the Mexican border. Mexican border has been open since day one. But long story short, a lot of people that have been, you know, they're already stuck, and it's already too late for them. And, you know, who knows if they're ever going to come out or make it out here. I hope you do. Shout out to you, because you guys are probably watching this video too, and like I'm hoping the best. I'm wishing for the best, and I want you guys out here, the ones that want to be out here. But at the end of the day, it's not easy, and it's only going to get harder and harder. So, you know, like I said, there's other people out here in this country right now that are feeling ungrateful, feeling sad, feeling upset, you know, that they're out here and they wish they were back in their other country. And again, you know, I tell them, you know, you can go back to your country. They'll accept you. In fact, they're waiting for you. So stop complaining here. And but that's it. But you can't really, you know, control people, their actions, their thoughts, their anything. All you can do is control yourself and control what you do and your actions and your everything. So, you know, with that being said, guys, you know, we're living through some crazy times, and whatever your reason for coming out here, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, it's all going to depend on you, on how easy or how difficult, you know, this journey, this transition is going to be. If you are, like I said, if you embrace all this and you look at this like a new adventure, a new chapter in your life, you know, just good and positive vibes, you're gonna have a great time. Even when shit hits the wall, even when bad things happen, you know, which bad things happen to me all the time, regularly, when I came out here, just because I didn't know, and I made mistakes and just many things like that. But I embraced everything, and now when I'm here, as I sit here talking to you guys, I'm like, I'm in heaven. I'm in pure heaven living out here. I just look back at what's happening at home and look back at how others, you know, are living their lives in fear. And I'm like, God, I'm so grateful, so happy, so thankful that I'm here and living this life and doing what I'm doing. And that's it, you know what I mean? While others are still, you know, very upset, you know, others are still not embracing any of this. Others are, you know, basically just, you know, in a sense, you know, being very ungrateful. I don't know what else to say, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, at the end of the day, it's up to you what you want, you know, out of your life, and you got to make things happen. You can't wait for the universe or God or things to happen for you. You got to take the initiative and start doing these things, all right, in order to make that change. All right, I think I've said enough in this episode. I think we're running on close to half an hour here. I know it's been a little all over the place. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, whether you guys enjoyed me talking or whether you guys enjoyed you know, me, you know, the views of Paseo Montejo and where we are now, and watching me sweat to the oldies out here. It's already getting hot. So I haven't been here in a while. I just realized that that's like a new store. I think here was the print shop that I used to always go to. That's a silver store. It's finally open. I'm gonna go in there right now. Not quite sure what's over there, but again, this is like a new restaurant over there. So all these things are all changing. That's like a art. All this is like art row. All right, again, we're Parque Santana. There's a lot of art, okay, on this street. This is Calle 60, all right, and then this is Calle 47, which is, you know, what leads you all the way down to Paseo Montejo, and then you take Paseo Montejo down. We've already went through there. We just came from there. So with that being said, guys, I'm gonna let you go because I want to go in that store and I want to see what happens, you know, what they have in there for sale at the silver store. All right, I'm not gonna bring my camera in there because whatever, I gotta ask first, but that's for another episode. Anyways, guys, you already know what to do. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to please like, please subscribe, please share, please hit that bell icon, but more importantly than anything else, say a prayer for me so I don't melt. All right, anyways, guys, stay awesome. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.